Next, let's queer up gay culture. USC faces backlash over controversial roast of Kamala Harris. The University of South Carolina, USC, is under fire for hosting a comedy roast of Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris on September 18th. The roast will feature right-wing provocateurs Milo Yiannopoulos and Proud Boys founder Gavin McInnes. The event, scheduled to take place in the Russell House Ballroom, has sparked outrage as nearly 24,000 USC students, faculty, and alumni are demanding its cancellation. Yiannopoulos and McInnes, known for their racist and anti-Semitic rhetoric, will serve as, quote, roastmasters for the event. Kamala Harris will not be attending it. The roast is sponsored by Uncensored America, a group claiming to champion free speech. The group's promotional material, which includes an offensive depiction of Harris with vulgar imagery, has fueled further condemnation. However, USC President Michael Amaritis and Board of Trustees Chairman Thad Westbrook have defended the event, saying, quote, "We do not know what the speakers plan to say during the event, but they have used vulgar language and promotional material, and they have said troubling and offensive things in the past," end quote. Derek Johnson, NAACP President and CEO, criticized USC's stance, urging the university to cancel the event. Johnson wrote, quote, "If South Carolina University's leadership values their black students, it's only right that they shut this event down," end quote. This incident highlights the need to understand the difference between free speech and maintaining a respectful campus environment. I don't think people should attend. I think we should remember to vote. It's not necessarily a fair free speech campaign, if you ask me, because if you're going to do that for Kamala, are you going to do that for Trump? You have to play it up on both sides. Then it would be considered somewhat of a free speech situation. But the fact that it's more of a light attack, they're going to word it a certain way, they're going to put it a certain way. And, you know, the Proud Boys, who are very present and very relevant in a lot of the higher places, they're going to allow these things to happen because they're a part of the whole situation from the beginning, but they're not going to act like it. They're going to throw their stones and hide their hands. So I say it should be canceled, or if you're going to do that, make sure there's one scheduled 2 days later for Trump.
Well, and this is a disaster even from a public school perspective, a business model perspective. The fact that you have a history of these two gentlemen, and I'm using that term loosely, the hate rhetoric, the materials that they have issued, the videos, the YouTube channels, all of that. You really think that this is a roast? Exactly how are we discussing comedy roast? Because you have a long-standing history of the views of these two people and the people that support them. Mm-hmm. You have 24,000 students and faculty saying, back down a little, take it slower. And yet you have the board saying, oh, well, we're not sure. We acknowledge that this might be a rough moment. Well, then if it's a rough moment from a perspective as a business, why are you putting yourself up to fail?
Exactly.
This is nothing but a tragedy for the university. Not just the lack of respect to the students that are asking for you to respect them as they are paying to go to your university. This is a disaster in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I'm stunned because it's not just, I believe, these people, it's from a business perspective that you're now going to tarnish the reputation of what was considered a good, fine university.
I have a slightly different view about it. I mean, I think, again, free speech is not what we always want to hear, and it's a slippery slope to ever try to curtail it. Whether we think it's as deplorable as the messaging, I think it's very difficult, and I think it's not a good look for Democrats who are our party to be putting out anything that limits free speech. Now, what I would suggest is they bring to light what they're saying at this event and they put it on camera and we show the world, because a lot of these things, when we cancel them, what we do is then we give them more fodder that we don't support free speech, and it gives them energy. The only reason I would suggest it to be canceled is because it is being hosted by someone who is a domestic terrorist, which is what we've labeled the Proud Boys as, domestic terrorists. And if the same event was being held by Hamas or someone at the university, I guarantee it would probably be canceled because they are a terrorist organization, as you know. So the Proud Boys being part of it is the biggest reason, because they have actually, been identified as domestic terrorists. But as far as the language, as terrible as it is, I think we have to be willing to say, you can say as many bad things as you want about me, and that's fair game in our system.
And I like what you had to say about having a dual roast, one for Kamala, one for Trump.
Yeah.
Where's Joan Rivers when you need her?
Bring
Her
back
skirt needs
Joan
to come
Rivers.
back. Then it might be fair, right?
Exactly.
Oh, it wouldn't be fair. Joan would eat them for
Eat them.
Equally, though.
Yes.
Yeah, free speech is a difficult one for sure.